And you're tuning to the Black Fire Radio. And you're listening to
One is the Pan-African Police Show every Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Pan-African Police Show.
Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning to the Pan-African Police Show with your host, none other than Joby.
Stay tuned.
That's Robinson, no respected legends for our big
Yeah. Kupeleka na huko Mr. Kidema na vituko mezo ya kushimuta six flow so misionekane just flow kani homa sidi pata wana dhanini koje gold na please mimi nimesota so sione utachimba kwa gold Minnesota hadi LA some family don't kaje ya watu mtoka sasa yangu na dota every day niko na kama ni party bets wanaambiwa Simba ndivyo okay tutambia nini waseme chape remit au sedule I'm not rich I'm purely fake so kuna dhamini confused na lejeshi genge biti na ngushwa kireke nataka kufikia kipembe tatizo tare kimembe nataka kufikia kipembe tatizo kimembe cry baby unalia shika tipiki alwipe your tears at least kupendi my dear hizo ni nini ndio unasikia kwa heri follow your peers au kuambia uachane na mnisa
I will say bye bye baby cry baby you could just tell people it's funny. Cry, baby, feel like a stay with me, feel like it's funny. Cry, baby, feel like a when you see me drop dead man, me never lie. Pocket up, fine up. Make your man them come get it diner. Top girl, let me keep the designer. Not man, I give me more designer. Take touch, slave like sala, milk today, pick bembeleza, back she beleza, just changing mazaza hela, and the pendant crocodile, and the crocodile pressure, clapping the bumper, oh my gosh, content come vela, just supposed to connect the yo ass, like the shit neck. And then the 6x6 and piano, just supposed to connect the yo ass, like the shit neck. Just another 6x6 and piano.
Yes, welcome family, karibuni sana, good afternoon and good morning to everyone listening to me on the radio station and of course right here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Rumble, and of course everyone with me right here on TikTok. Karibuni sana to another beautiful session and discussion of the Pan-African Bliss Show. I go by the name Joby, and of course this is the Black Fire Network radio station media of the 21st century. 30 minutes past 1 p.m. right here from my end. I don't know if you are on the radio station, rather on Facebook, on YouTube, all the way from diaspora. What's the time on your end? But today we shall be talking about what is happening in Israel and Gaza war. And of course, we've been having this discussion, I think, for the last few months since this war began. And yesterday we also talked about it on the Africa Today show, where I highlighted also on my show where South Africa did file a case against Israel. And that is what we shall be talking about today. I'll be sharing a few recap of what is happening because I see that the case has already begun and South Africa is already presenting their case that is at the International Court of Justice. So I'll be taking you through, guys, through this, what is being said, what is happening, and also I'll be sharing the most important, which has brought me here today, the speech of the one and only Antony. He had something to say about this particular war, and what the biggest part of it, or the shocking part of it, is when he says that a case filed against Israel, or when the rest of the countries come and file a case against Israel, these are big distraction to the rest of the world, and I want to understand how. Yeah, because of you committing genocide, how is that affecting the rest part of the world? The rest part of the world is just trying to literally push the motion of you seizing fire and stop killing innocent children and adults who are being attacked left, right, and center. We saw during Christmas, Bethlehem was attacked. We've been having hospitals being attacked. And of course, a lot has been happening. So that is what basically we shall be focusing on. I don't have much to present today, basically just about Hamas and Israel and what also the other countries think about this particular war, because we have Sudan, Gaza, and Ethiopia, which are right now going through a lot of chaos that are really, really happening. But I see that the WHO, rather the World Health Organization, has come forth and say that a lot of these wars, or rather what is happening, is hindering their work. But we know that the organization talking is part of them actually, this war. The reason why we have the WHO is because they're also part of this system working the way it is working. If you understand, you understand. But karibuni sana once again. I see we got Robert Wellesley in the building. Karibu sana. Shout out to Lawrence. Karibu sana. And to everyone with me on TikTok, those who are tapping the screen. Karibuni sana. That was Diana Codes featuring Siwa Side. And of course, I'll be getting back to one more jam. And of course, coming back with the quote of the day. This is by the one and only Siwa Side, still Islam featuring Skilo. And I hope you guys get to enjoy this. I'll be coming back with the quote of today.
Wanagarika vetu watakufinya signisha nisa na ganji do kuliko politisha hukwezi piga demo za fida zimeshika unadili na agents hakunanga chapila sivyo sako shinda to ajini ushaka jiri krom na piga di 3 jokes almost got a freedom food za demo almost kuda kima na ushoka kwa system na kilika kwa video sequence au not out point hongo kabro questo kunagata poto si choice yangu racism bado iko just kwangu kawe bado kwa skill nisiwa sema vile Islam kunasema na John meficha bado kibla wa mangita tunataka forma tujalisha na prayer ya chamzinga nasikia hayo limarika bila cha kushikisha wewe imenishikanisha hata mkupo watu walibadilika wengine wakabadilika ni harakati tushirati na mhadara kasi tena mshigla na mshapa smile cause I'm happy. I thank you because something kata ribo ni makasi ndipo tukate maji nikanza hasi hadi natamani ya nisikiza ubaki aungeenda mahali ukialisha mali ukiali ya ibada kifunitu mtaani mtu wani shukubado bila tu lakini sozi wazetu hizi ni za kumoja walisi wako ukijo ni warunga malika msafi dechu ndio tunawafunga just come around Africa, you need to learn that you can have a job. How can you learn a job when you learn that job that you can go? Hello.
Yes, you are Saida playing right here on the Black Hot Network radio station featuring Skilo. That is the name of the jam. Islands is the name of the jam. And of course, Karibuni sana once again. Hope you guys are doing amazing. 35 minutes past 1 p.m. Let me know if you are on the radio station via the show page. What's the time on your end? And of course, big up to those who are with me also on TikTok, on YouTube. And if this is your first time, Karibu sana. Hope you get to enjoy our amazing conversation of the day. And check out our previous conversations and let us know if you relate with any of them. Feel free to leave a comment down below. And of course, Karibu sana. They call me Joby. My quote of the day today is about self-discipline. Self-discipline. And this being 2024, I hope that you are doing some things different, okay? You're not literally just on the same normalization of your routine. Change some few things. And my quote of the day today says, self-discipline is the practice of doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it, pushing yourself further when no one else is going to do it for you, and towards making your dreams into reality. And of course, no one is going to do it for you. Just at the end of the line. No one is gonna do it for you. It's all you. Your life is counting on you, and that is my quote of the day. You can also give something positive that you want to keep us motivated, with. And of course, karibuni sana once again. Starting away, I think I should start with the speech of Antony Blinken, because the topic of the day today, all of it revolves around him, where we saw him giving a speech, that was on Wednesday, I think, in the evening, where he met the Palestinian leader, where they were speaking about the bombings in Gaza. I'll be sharing about that, but he made his own speech regarding everything. And I can also see, despite yesterday seeing that 5 other more countries are backing up with South Africa, backing South Africa in the accusation against, the case that was filed against Israel. 5 more countries yesterday, we read, that also are supporting this particular motion. One of them, including also a former UK position, who is also joining South Africa delegation on accusing the genocide that has been committed by Israel. So I'll start with the speech, and of course, along there, I'll be reading a couple of articles on what all this is connected to. Let me share this very quickly.
So I'm here just over 3 months, 95 days since those attacks occurred. We know that for the people who are most affected by the attacks and the conflict that's followed, time moves differently. Immediately before this, I met with the families of hostages being held in Gaza and with hostages who've been released. Several of those families I've now met multiple times. For them, every day, every hour, every minute that they're separated from their loved ones is an eternity.
It's crazy when he gives this kind of a speech. I don't know about the hostages, because we have seen so clear majority of the information being fueled by the mainstream media is not true, especially when it comes to them accusing Hamas of holding hostages and all that. We know that Israel is the one behind everything that is happening. So the funny part of this is because, we know who Antony Blinken is. We know who Antony Blinken is, an agent who's used to give out speeches outside here and also dictating to the rest of the African countries, because that's what we always see. Let me continue.
It feels different for families in Gaza as well, hundreds of thousands of whom are experiencing acute food insecurity. For the mother or father trying to find something.
Food insecurity. Remember when this war began, we had so many countries, including South Africa, so many African countries, especially South Africa. It has been on the motion of literally helping in terms of food aid, and all that. And we saw that actually the UN trucks and trucks coming from Egypt and majority of the countries that were supposed to deliver food to Gaza were being blocked on the border. They were not allowed to literally get in. So when he speaks about where these people are so devastated, they're not getting food and all that, this is all you guys doing. This is all you and the people who sent you.
To feed a hungry child, the passage of another day without food is excruciating. Time also feels different for Israelis and Palestinians.
Karibu sana Keith, I see you on TikTok. Hope you're doing amazing today. And also big up to Kenyan woman. Hi, how are you doing?
Whose innocent loved ones have been killed. For them, time often falls into before and after. The after filled with a loss that most of us will never know and cannot fully imagine. And those are just a few examples of how heavy these 95 days have felt and continue to feel for the people most affected by this conflict. This immense human toll is one of the many reasons that we continue to stand with Israel in ensuring that October 7th can never happen again. It's also why we're intensely focused on bringing the remaining hostages home, addressing the humanitarian crisis, and strengthening protection for civilians in Gaza, and preventing the conflict from spreading.
Humanitarian crises have always been there, literally. When you speak about, it's crazy how these officials always come and make a speech as if they're not involved. You know, it's always funny. It's always very funny. It's crazy how Antony Blinken talks, or rather how he's talking, as if he's not aware of anything that is happening right now. Humanitarian crisis. Let me hold on that.
And it's the reason we're working urgently to forge a path.
Exactly, Keith. The world knows it. The world knows right now. The whole world knows. You know, the funny thing, I think, is because they control the mainstream media and majority of the people, because they believe. I understand, because I was going through the comments of this video, and it is so sad to see actually majority of the people still don't have any clue, like we were saying yesterday, of anything that is happening. Majority of the people have no clue. They're literally vouching and rooting so hard for Israel. Because I read one comment here and it sounded so dumb to me, very, very dumb, that Hamas has always declared war. They don't want to live in peace and all that. And I'm like, for so far, so good. I've been following this story. Israel has always wanted to take this part of the land. They have been always pushing to get these people out for so long. So how comes it's now the Palestinians who've never wanted peace?
Toward lasting peace and security in this region. We believe the...
Exactly. And that's why you see TikTok is able, as much as sometimes, you know, like right now when we're live, they can filter some comments. But when you post such kind of videos, when you're seeing people demonstration right here on TikTok or Free Palestine, hashtag Free Palestines and all that, it is, we can only see majority of the truth apparently on TikTok and also on Instagram lately. They are allowing some truths to be revealed if you post some, you know, other videos and all that. But the mainstream media like YouTube and the rest, hell no.
Mission against Israel to the International Court of Justice distracts the world from all of these important efforts.
How? Let me just rewind that again.
Court of Justice. We believe the submission against Israel to the International Court of Justice distracts the world from all of these important efforts.
How? That is my question. While you're filing a case against genocide, which is a very big distraction, because the distraction we can see here is the genocide. That is the biggest distraction right now. The rest of the world has been talking about this since October. This is the distraction that we can see. The genocide is the distraction. Where we haven't even seen disturbing videos and pictures and images of children, women who are butchered because of merciless bombing. That is the biggest distraction we have right now. And what they're doing in Sudan, can't continue with that. What they're doing in Ethiopia right now, what they've been doing in DRC Congo, and carry on forward. So how is filing a case against Israel a distraction to the world, Antony Blinken? I want to understand that.
Asante Sana, Jody.
Can you
what he doing is absolutely criminal. See, he's an Israeli, Joby. See, he has citizenship with Israel. He doesn't back America. Israel is taking over America. People finally understand that. No, they used to lie in mainstream media, call you anti-Semitic. The rest of the world say, whoa, son. That's why Turkey just found a bunch of Israeli spies inside their government, Joby. Turkey. And now all these other countries are finding Israeli spies working in their country, Joby. Pretend to be something else, huh?
They have agents in every country. That is what I'm trying to understand from you. They have agents.
Yeah, but see, since they took over America, they ain't need no agents. Because now they got complete control of the country, and everybody knows, like, whoa, you know. So everybody's seeing it. So what these other countries just being quietly start looking for the spies in their country, and Turkey found a bunch of Israeli spies in their country. They're like, holy shit. And so Mexico found some, Colombia found some, I think Argentina found some. I'm like, what? Yeah. See, they already took over, man. They don't need to spy in America. They already took it over. He is an Israeli, Joby. How is he the Secretary of State and he's an Israeli? How is that even possible? And he's talking crazy. How is a genocide a distraction? Distraction from what? Shit, the genocide
I
is what you're supposed to focus. The genocide is what you're supposed to focus on. They're worried now because Israel is not going to be able to sustain this. They are genocidal, homicidal maniacs, and that's what you see happening. He's telling you it's nothing. Allow killing of innocent people to continue. That's what this idiot. He has no told you. They're morally duplicitous, Joe B. They're morally duplicitous, Joe B. They have no more. The idea that black people used to worship these people blows my mind. They're morally fucked up, Joe B. He's a psychopath.
I'll tell you, it is fucked up and messed up more because when I'm going through the comments, it's even more worse. Because let me try read this one. There's someone who said that every time anyone says that Israel is our only friend in the Middle East, I can't help but think before Israel we had no enemies in the Middle East.
Also understand, Joe, a lot of those comments are phony. Remember, a lot of those comments are manned by the CIA or the FBI, the clandestine institutions that create propaganda. A lot of those comments you see right there, that's why they didn't turn them off. Usually they turn off those comments so you can't get the truth. So a lot of those comments are fake accounts, just bots, phony, because they want to make you believe that people still support Israel when they don't. So I know those comments are lying because the majority of Americans don't support the war. They want Israel to stop it. So that's a lie. So you know it's a lie because the numbers don't support what they're talking about. So you know that's a propaganda campaign when you look at it. Because they know you're going to read the comments. Usually when they can't control the comments, they'll turn them off, Joby. Those comments aren't turned off. So most of those like when Oprah comes out and does some stupid shit, try to talk to you, her comments be turned off because you know people don't like her ass. They know she's a phony, and they gonna tell her ass. So with them, they know this is genocide, and they ain't turn off them comments. So that makes me believe those comments are absolutely fraudulent. That's how propaganda works. You try to control the narrative. Say, oh, look at the people agreeing that Israel's not doing nothing wrong by killing people. Like, I
think we debated on that also yesterday at night when we were reading the Jonathan Major's comments under Michelle Obama's her being terrified about coming elections and all that, and we discussed on how the comments, majority of them are all just not true, and they're all
phony.
They're emotion,
because Obama's couldn't get elected couldn't get elected a dog catcher in America. People, the black community knows the Obamas ain't no goddamn good. We know they didn't do shit. Like I said, they used to talk to us. I mean, the amount of disrespect her and her no good husband used to give to us. Now black people are stupid, but they're not crazy. They remember Obama talking crazy to them and Michelle Obama talking crazy. I mean, absolute disrespect. You're like, what?
I mean, I've not seen much so far before I even continue, but I think so far with the video I shared of when he went to, which was that state again where the people had no water and water to ask for water.
That was Michigan. Yeah,
that is so disrespectful.
It wasn't disrespectful. It was evil. That's what it is. It was evil. He was making fun of them dying of lead poisoning. He's making fun of them. It was evil. That's what he's an evil man. he's evil, and he's one of those cats with the small hat. So the shit is absolutely sad. Obama, it hurt those people's feelings so much because they believed in his sorry ass. I already knew. By then they should know he was no good. He'd been in office 8 years almost. They was all crying and said, how can he do it? How can he do this? Because he's evil. How can he do it, Obama? How could you do it, Obama? You raggedy nigga, you.
Very good.
Go ahead, Joe.
Toward lasting peace and security in this region. We believe the submission against Israel to the International Court of Justice distracts the world from all these important efforts.
Distracts the world.
And moreover, the charge of genocide is
I also laughed like
meritless.
He said the charge of genocide is what?
Given that
He said the
those who are
charge of genocide is
attacking
what? Listen, family, you look
Let
at
me
the
read
dictionary
that.
of what you look at the dictionary what genocide is. Israel meets every mark of genocide. They kill innocent women, children. They cut off their water supply. They cut their food off. They're starving them, and they got no water. They're starving them to death while they kill them. That's called a genocide. They're stealing the land openly. They're trying to give them the Congo and other places. Why should Congo take people in that you're stealing their land from? Go ahead, Joe.
No, you know how he started? He started with he started very well, saying, Gaza. He's also gonna say it. Oh, whatever is happening in Gaza, the toll is too far gone, and all that. People are seeking humanitarian aid and all that. People need food. Children are dying because there is no access of water and all that. And I remember when this war began, that's what I was saying. We had the UN truck stuck at the border. I don't know for how long. We had Egypt sending also food to Gaza. They blocked all that. South Africa also did it.
Right.
They blocked all
That's right.
So right now you have the capacity to come talk about food that you didn't allow people to get access, not even any bread, not even piece of bread. You allowed these people to, you did this. You are part of this. So you coming and talking about this is too far gone. Come on. Be better.
important efforts. And moreover, the charge of genocide is meritless.
It's meritless.
Given that those who
the whole world knows these people are crazy. It's meritless. Them killing innocent women and children is now meritless.
Yep.
Like, what?
Remember also, I think he's giving a speech also after, because the U.S. government, remember I read that was yesterday, they had said the same thing after South Africa filed the case against Israel on the genocide, and they were like, this is meritless, there's no way you can listen to this. But still, today, the case has already begun being heard, and I was looking at a live video of it, of what is happening, so I think I'll share a few bits of it before, towards the end of the show.
attacking Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, as well as their support of Iran.
Just check. No, look, because Israel wanted war with Iran, so this is the nonsense they tell you, because Israel controls America, family. All these wars we did in the Middle East, those are Israeli wars. Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria. That had nothing to do with the United States. That was wars for them to steal land. He's talking about Hamas. The Israelis created it. He's not saying that. His people created Hamas. These are facts. And it's funny, the facts he's leaving out. Hamas was created by his people. His people created Hamas. And the Yemenis who are now doing that, they're brothers with the Arab brothers. Those people were bombed by Israel and America during Obama illegally because they wanted to steal Yemen. They wanted to steal that land. They'll never tell you no historical context. He just tells you nonsense. They go back 10 years ago. You see, Obama was bombing Yemen for no reason, because they wanted to steal Yemen. That's what these white people do. They steal land, colonize land. They say, oh, how dare you people we're killing say anything or fight back. You're supposed to let us kill you and steal your land. See, that's what Israel is. It's an illegal occupation. It's not their land. The Rothschilds went in, stole that land, put their people and start killing people. Just like Joe says, they control the media. They've been lying for years. Oh, it's the Palestinians. Listen. Malcolm X told you so real, so right. Remember Malcolm X told you? The mainstream media is so powerful, it will hate you, it will have you hating the victim and loving the oppressor. It will make you believe that the oppressor is the victim and the victim is the oppressor. That's what you're saying here. They're saying that the Israelis are the victims and the Palestinians are the oppressors. But that's how it works. This guy is a war criminal. Everybody in America who supported are criminals of war.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't talking about that. And see, that's why, even though they know they control the criminal court, ain't nothing going to happen to them. But it looks bad. They are responsible for genocide. So America can't. That's right. Go ahead, Jimmy.
And we should include also these African puppets who are also, supporting the same motion. We have Ruto. We have a lot of them. I think I've not seen any other African country apart from just South Africa, and I've not count Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, because for them, they have a whole lot to deal with, rather being involved in this kind of chaos right now, which does not actually involve us as much as it does. But at the same time, it's crazy when we have these puppets supporting this motion. This shows how deep they are in the state and how they are being controlled and told what to do so that to be able to stand in the position that you are in. You need to do what I tell you because I control the whole country. I make fake money out of nothing. I'm the reason why you continue this fake currency and all that. So this is why we see actually why the African puppets are pushing and supporting all this.
Now you know, Joby. Now you know. Mm-hmm. You know how the world works.
And the mass murder of Jews.
Mass
on this
murder
trip,
of Jews.
I came to Israel after meeting with the leaders of Turkey, Greece,
Turkey.
Jordan.
See, now you're about Turkey. Turkey told his ass to get the fuck out the country. They found your Israeli spies. They told you to get the fuck out their country. Turkey found your spies, dude. Turkey found you. Everyone found your fucking spies in the country. They found your ass. They told you to get the fuck out the country. See, you forget. I know you guys have disrespected Turkey. You forgot Turkey was a fucking world power 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. You forgot the Ottoman Turks, these fake countries that you made up with Israel. Palestine was under Turkish rule. All that shit, Egypt, Morocco, Libya, all that shit was under Turkish rule. Ottoman Turk Empire. Turkey's not stupid. They know they lost their empire, but they're still not going to be nobody's boot licked. And now they're telling you. Now we're telling this may be war. And Turkey's got a real military. They got a real military. It ain't no fucking joke. It ain't no African country. Turkey's got a real military. And they tell you they will not be disrespected no more by you goddamn Israelis. They know they caught your spies up in there. They told you. They know you had the whole country full of spies. They quietly, secretly started finding their ass. They found you motherfuckers up in there. Yeah, the Mossad all up in Turkey. Then the other countries are quiet right now looking for you motherfuckers almost in every country. Ain't that? Yeah, people know you run the world. And people are like, what? There's an awakening happening. And this shit you talking about is absolute nonsense. You are a war criminal. Go ahead, Joby.
Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. All of those leaders share our concern about the spread of the conflict. All of them are committed to using their influence, using the ties that they have to prevent it from escalating, to deter new from opening. In addition, all express grave concern about the dire humanitarian situation and the number of civilians killed in Gaza. We know
they say about nobody killed. The number of security. That's called a genocide. You said ain't nobody getting murdered. Those people are innocent women and children that you are murdering and smiling. Dude, there's too many Israelis on there smiling, laughing about killing children and babies. You people are psychopaths.
You just said that was this week, I think on Monday, where they took a little girl, I think 16 or 13 years old, and
they gang raped this girl, and then told her to shut her mouth. If she said anything, they come back and rape her 9-year-old sister. She's like 12. She must be like 12 or 13, yo. She's a child. They gang rape. Imagine how psychopathic you are to gang rape a child, Joby. A child. This is what this moron is sponsoring. This is what this wicked ass bastards and family. These people have dual citizenship. How are they heads of government in the United States? This is actually sedition. Not that bullshit you see them, me and Joby played yesterday when they got the morons to go in the Capitol. What he's doing is sedition. He's not an American. He's an Israeli first citizen. This is sedition. But they own the media, so they won't tell you what you're looking at. Go ahead, Joby.
Who hides in and fires from schools, from hospitals, makes this incredibly challenging. But the daily toll on civilians in Gaza,
Challenge.
particularly on
Family,
children,
I want you to know, remember there were babies incubators. The Israelis went in and turned off the power, so all those children died. These are facts. They want to show you the news. All those children in those hospitals died while they had blown up the hospital. They turned off the power. And all these newborn babies that were on incubators, they all died. All of them.
important progress has been made in increasing the amount of aid getting into Gaza, including by opening Kerem Shalom. Nonetheless, 90% of Gaza's population continues to face acute food insecurity, according to the United Nations. For children,
hey, the United Nations started by them. The United Nations is phony. Started by these same wicked motherfuckers. United Nations, shout to Sister Arcana, told Africans, why are you in the UN? Why are you there? The United Nations goes against African interests. Why are you in there, puppet? Why are you part of the United Nations? It doesn't benefit us as a people. Exactly. Why are you there? It was created by these same cats with the small hat. So you ain't talking about, oh, this food insecurity. Because the Israelis were stopping food getting to Gaza. That's why. They were stopping the food from getting there. That's why. He's not saying that. Or still food insecurity in the Gaza. Talking about when you cut the shit off.
It is crazy. On top of it, I saw that the World Health Organization also came out and speaking about how lots of these barriers are hindering their work in Gaza and Ethiopia and Sudan. And they say that the director of the WHO, General Tedros, today...
That's a puppet. That's a puppet. And the World Health Organization was created again by the small hat. It's all a lie. He just come out and do some nice words. It's phony. The goddamn WHO is against humanity. You know who owns it? You know who started it? And that fake Tedros is a damn terrorist that was supposed to be locked up in The Hague years ago. He is a criminal. But you're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know he committed genocide in Ethiopia. Another fact. Him, this Tedros motherfucker. But you're not supposed to know that because they own the media and put this despotic, psychopathic bastards in power. Go ahead, Joe.
Sure. So that was yesterday, I think, in the evening, where he said almost 90% of the population of Gaza, 1.9 million people, have been displaced, and with only 15 hospitals are functioning, even partially the lack of clean water and sanitation. I mean, this is all intentional because I think they
that's all intentional. They want them all. They want the land. They've always wanted the all country. Remember, they came in and stole all that country from those people, Joby. These people would be called what? Invaders. So imagine, I want you to see what's happening with them. Understand how this is how they got Northern Africa, Joby. That's why there's white people in Northern Africa. That's why there's white people in Morocco, Libya, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt. This is how they got North Africa, Joby. Invaded. Took it over. Caused genocide.
Butchering. They came butchering and just taking. Butchering and just taking. I think I'll share a video as because there's this African man who also explains it very, very well. The invasion of these people into Africa again. But let me
toll on civilians in Gaza, particularly on children, is far too high. Important progress has been made in increasing the amount of aid getting into Gaza, including by opening Kerem Shalom. Nonetheless, 90% of Gaza's population continues to face acute food insecurity, according to the United Nations. For children, the effects of long periods without sufficient food can have lifelong consequences. As I underscored in our meetings today, more food, water, more medicine, other essential goods need to get into Gaza, and then once they're in Gaza, they need to get more effectively to the people who need them. And Israel needs to do everything
He's telling you there's a humanitarian crisis caused by his people, but it's not genocide. Genocide is a distraction. To call a spade is a distraction.
From crossings to other parts of Gaza, improving deconfliction procedures to ensure that the aid can move safely and securely is a critical part of that. The United Nations is playing an indispensable role in addressing the immense humanitarian needs in Gaza. There is simply no alternative. UN personnel and other aid workers in Gaza are demonstrating extraordinary courage by continuing to provide life-saving services.
See, they try to pick up the UN. See, the UN is wicked, family. We know through Africa, the UN is doing incredible work. See, this is them conning you with their other fake organization that they control, that they created. The UN is despicable. It is a fake organization. As African people, you should know that. What he's doing is what you call, the young cat called giving cat. It's a lie. The UN, as we know it, is not an organization for peace and justice. They created it, they control it, and it's wicked.
Last night with the UN's new senior humanitarian and reconstruction coordinator for Gaza, Sigrid Kaag, about all of these efforts that are underway. Now, Sigrid Kaag is someone I worked very closely with a few years ago when she led the UN mission that destroyed the Assad regime's chemical weapons in Syria. So I can say from experience, she has what it takes to get this job done.
Just what it
She has
takes,
America's
and
full support.
They have
must have yours
created
as well.
chemical weapons in Israel, his people. And if you study this bastard's background, oh boy, his father was a terrorist. Whole family, Israeli terrorist. You're not supposed to know this. You're not supposed to know none of this. Because they own the media, remember? You study this cat's background, it's wicked as shit. How the hell is he Secretary of State in America and he's an Israeli? How's that possible? Because they took over American family piece by piece, starting in 1913 with that fake-ass bank that they created. So slowly but surely, up until now they got complete control of the country. That's why all your agencies are controlled by these Israelis. All of it.
But I don't want to share the whole thing because everything he's saying
that's
majority.
That's enough. I'm glad you did. Got enough of this homicidal, genocidal man. Trying to talk off. It is destruction to call a genocide a genocide. See, white people want to be able to kill you and say it's all right, and then after they steal your land, say, "Oh, we made a mistake, but the land is ours." Are you gonna give reparations? No, we stole your land, but so what? Remember, all these white people have stolen land and country. All these countries you call America was stolen. Australia was stolen. New Zealand was stolen. All these white countries that you see today were stolen. South Africa, they tried to steal all of it. North Africa, stolen. Stolen.
True. But as we continue, I want to share also, because on top of this conversation, I also see Pope has also came out and spoken about he's called it useless slaughtering in Palestine. And that's in the Pope Francis, ahead of the Roman Catholic Church, has spoken out against the ongoing genocidal war against Palestinians in Gaza by Israel forces.
Please, the Roman Catholic Church is doing give a lip service. It means nothing. It's wicked and evil. See, they gotta cover up. They got that. Oh, we said it was bad. What have you done about it? Nothing. The Roman Catholic Church is a wicked organization. It started wicked. It condones slavery. It condones the colonization of Africans. That's why the Catholic Church has got more stolen land in Africa than anybody else. Have they given it back? Of course not.
They have over 256 million of their churches if I'm not wrong. They're saying that these are significant, coming from the spiritual leader of around 1.3 billion church members worldwide, and 256 million of them in Africa alone. 256. God damn.
Yeah, that's the majority, and that's the majority of Africa, and all the stolen land they got to build their raggedy ass churches. And they give them back the land. No. You talking about this is some kind of godly shit because your mind has been controlled with nonsense. These people don't represent any God. What God? What kind of evil, wicked ass God gets to go and land and steal people's shit and indoctrinate them with lies? What God is this?
A very uncaring God. A very uncaring God. Let me share what he had to say as I share the video.
A fake ass God, that's who.
Conto che le vittime civili non sono dati.
Okay, I had not heard the video. I just read the article and all that. So I've not heard the video. If he was speaking on all, with his language and all that. But
he said it's okay now to put a penis in your mouth.
But they're saying that Africa has added the greatest number of Catholics to the church membership over the years. According to the Vatican statistics, Pope Francis has also given more pastoral attention to Africa recently. That was last year. We saw him coming.
Recently, because the Africans are waking up and saying this shit is phony. But the church has been there all this year. Why hasn't the church helped develop Africa? They're the richest institution on the planet. The Catholic Church, why have they developed Africa? Because they never wanted to develop it, morons. They wanted to steal and grab. They wanted to steal like everybody else.
You have to wait for Jesus to come and help you. Come on, Keith. You just need to fast and pray, drink the blood of Jesus.
Well, the Catholics say that the fake Pope is the vicar of Christ. He's the representative of Jesus. So, since he's Jesus' representative, why didn't he start developing Africa with his stinking ass?
I was to say something, but let me keep quiet. Let me keep quiet. I'm on YouTube. Let me keep quiet. But anyway, let me share this very quickly as we wind up. So that is what is happening with the Palestine, Gaza, Israel war, and of course what Blinken had to say. The WHO speaking on them not getting access to helping people in these 3 countries, but of course it's another fake organization that is supporting genocide and all that. Because let's talk about how they come to Africa and usually the rest of the world. When we talk about the pandemic, we know what happened. The WHO was the number one ringleader of this. When we say Uganda dismissing 7 million worth VACCINE, $7 million, and we know that the country again is going to face a very crucial time or a difficult time when it comes to paying back all this debt, because we pay in their currency, not in our own currency, which is
because remember, Africa is the wealthiest place on the planet, but all your currency is devalued. Why would you devalue your currency when all the world's wealth comes from Africa? Why is the Kenyan shilling less than American dollar? The Nigerian naira, the Ghanaian CD? Because you morons were told to do it, but all the wealth comes from you. Your currency is supposed to be worth more than American dollar. But you devalued your currency because the cats with the small hat told you to, through the IMF and the World Bank scam. That's why.
You cannot take away the Arabs' involvement in the transatlantic slave trade.
Absolutely.
They were paramount.
And they were
because they had an army
slave
and they had guns.
Yeah.
You cannot take away the Arabized African Muslims involved
That's right.
in the slave trade. Now listen to what I said. The
Arabized African Muslims who believed in that fake religion and helped enslave their brothers and sisters because a white Arab told them to do it because of their fake ass Allah. I told you, don't get in my face talking about no fucking Allah to me. Camels can talk that stupid shit about he don't know the history of Africa. Don't ever get in my face talking about that fucked up Allah shit to me. But my ancestors were enslaved because of that fuck ass religion. Don't ever bring that fake ass Muhammad and Allah shit to me. I'll smack you in your motherfucking mouth. Don't ever bring that shit to me. You as an African moron better get out my face. Go ahead, Joby.
Or Turkicized African Muslims
Yeah,
involved in that trade. But there was a method they would use. They would come into a village. Most of Africa were basically agrarian or fishers.
That's right.
They would come into a village with their army and say, we'll be back in 30 days. We want 50 men and 20 women. Now, either you provide us with that, or we will take who we want, including you and your family.
And Africans did not have guns. They did not have those things.
So now you had a village.
So we'll kill everybody. We'll kill all you niggas. And you better become Allah. You better become Muslim. Or we're gonna kill you. That's how all these fucking dumbass niggas in Africa became Muslim, don't even know their own history. You were forced, just like you forced that Christianity shit on you. You were forced to believe in some bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Fights, and in most cases, many of them did, and was wiped out totally. And some
they wiped out.
And some fled to other parts of Africa.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to teach you, moron. You're talking about you're not Nigeria, you're not Kenya. When you had wars, you didn't have any borders. You would flee to parts of Africa that you felt were safe. You could have been born in Kenya and end up in Nigeria or end up in Cameroon. So generations later, are you still Kenyan or are you Cameroonian, idiot? You're still African first. You're not these damn countries that were created. You moved throughout Africa because you were being invaded. So the Nigerian is just like the Kenyan. The Kenyan is like the Cameroonian. Cameroon is like the Tanzanian. Go ahead, Joby.
Find 50 people from someplace. Many times you got volunteers from the village who volunteered to go instead of having the community destroyed.
Yeah.
And
if you go to Paga and to northern Ghana and Burkina Faso, you will see village after village and town after towns where we built our houses without windows, with the doors in the top of the house, with just slits for our arrows to fight off the slave traders. And the courtyards with doors that no more than 3 feet tall. So you had to get down to come in, and that way we could stop you.
Even that way we can kill your ass. So how you have to go way down to get in there.
You can go and visit these places all over that area of Africa where enslaved ancestors came from. Or you can go to Gambier. It is a community in Benin.
Sum it up. The Africans, some were involved in the slave trade. That is true. But you must do your work. You must do your research. The slave trade was built by Europeans. They were the architect of it. They ran it. It was a business rooted in genocide to make money, to build the European industry.
To build the European empire.
The Industrial Revolution and the technological revolution of the day is still sustained by the wealth of Africa.
And when
it's like the wealth of Africa.
That was the video, and they say that every time we discuss this, there's always no one who wants to be held accountable, especially the white people. They don't want to be held accountable when it comes to the African history, or rather, when you speak about what their ancestors did, their people, their ancient people, what they did, they're like, no, that's not my generation. That was my grandpa's generation. You continue doing it. You continue practicing.
They continue to benefit from it, Joby. They're wealthy because of it.
Because I remember
they haven't stopped stealing the wealth out of Africa today.
Never. I remember the video I was sharing of that was last week but on one of the shows of the Africa Today show, when we were discussing about where we had this one racist white man and the rest of the panel who are white, and the white woman said, when it comes to how the white supremacy was created, it was all in favor of white people. The rest of the race were never involved, which is the black people. It was always, everything was just, and when they were using slaves to create all these railway roads, the hospitals, the schools, they were all minded about the white people, not the black people being involved in any of the benefits of what is being created. There was no place where black people are to benefit from all this.
They would have used your labor. You build their empires and then you die, or they kill you. That was supposed to benefit you, Joby. No.
It is crazy, man. It is super, super crazy. But I do hope Africans get to take note of such kind of details, what we're discussing here. We should be able to understand what is happening to the rest of the world. Where do we stand? How our support, where it should go? Because again, as much as we're talking about Israel, we know what is happening is wrong. That is the fact. And we have our black people also involved there, as much as there are not so many of them, because they have managed to outnumber the black people that is in Gaza. And that's the Middle East.
Remember, family, you got the original. The originals are still there, not many, because like most of them like fled back down into Africa, back further south. But you still have black Palestinians who are the original. Those white Palestinians invaded too. They invaded the Africans who were there. All that part of that stuff is African land, because Palestine is Africa. That's Northeast Africa. And always was known that till the white man made some fake name up 100 years ago called the Middle East. There's no such fucking place. That's Northeast Africa. So that would justify them stealing the land and call these people Middle Easterners and not African. You know, all that crazy shit they do, because they're psychopaths. So those black people, after this, they probably won't be no black people alive, because they got to worry about the racist ass Palestinians killing them and the racist ass Israelis. So the Africans that are still left are doubly in trouble, from the fake white Palestinians who stole the land first, and from the Israelis who stole the land second. See, I'm gonna call genocide, but I got no dog in the fight, because the Palestinians are not any friends of any Africans either. I don't give a shit about no Palestinians, because that land is African land that they stole and murdered and killed African people. They created a genocide to even get the land as well. So people might say it's karma. They're getting what they deserve, because those Africans, they stole the land from, they enslaved, they beat, they murdered.
True, but
ones that didn't get away.
What we should be able to understand, because you just mentioned of where Turkey discovered that there have been agents from Israel who have been, spying on them, or whatever they have been doing in the country. And if you say we do have agents in every country, especially in Africa, you don't believe? Yeah, Joe. If you don't believe there's agents in the richest continent on the planet, you are crazy. If you don't believe these white people you think walk around are not agents, some the majority. What? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We cannot bother about the Palestine, Israel, Gaza war and all that, but we need to be able to be aware. The people who we are discussing, the people on the table, which is Israel, control the rest of the world. That is one thing we need to know. They control the media. They control our finances. They do 1, 2, 3 things. So for us as Africans, as much as we understand whatever is happening is wrong, because I understand from where Africans are coming from, full of love and all that, humanity and all that. But you need to understand the people you are supporting, or rather rooting for, won't support you the same way, and you need to understand that deep investment.
Joby, have you heard any Palestinians saying free Congo? Have you seen that anywhere?
No.
No. Hell no. Hell no.
I've not seen. But I do hope our people are getting to learn a few things every single day. Palestinians are not our friends. Israel is not our friend. None of these European countries are our friends. Indians are not our friends. Chinese are not our friends. We Africans are friends of each other. We should invest more in our problems and finding solutions for us. That is just the closing remark that I have. But big up to you, Chris. I see you in the building right here on TikTok. Shout out to John Mosquito on TikTok.
You've been the majority of the planet. You don't need friends. You need to learn to be friends with Africans, because you're too tribal. Give up your tribal nonsense and learn to work and love Africans. The problem with Africans, you want to love everybody else who hates your black ass instead of loving your own African people. That's been our problem. That's what I told people with that fake ass. You see it all on the internet now, that all these African Americans, I'm not an African, I'm an Indian. I'm a pretendian. I'm pretty sure that's a CIA psyop. I'm pretty sure that's a psyop because remember, the main thing they want to do is make sure African people never unify. So since African people are starting to understand we must unite, now we're going to put all kind of fake divisions and put it out there. So you got, then it's funny, you see all this now all of a sudden all blow up all on the internet. All these African Americans, ain't nobody African now. They're all pretending. And if you guys see Joby's Monday, the Monday show that Joby had the information, clearly shows you that you're African. They still had the tribal shit in New Orleans. They had the tribal flags. They knew exactly what part of Africa they came from. They knew they wasn't no Indian. They knew that. They even knew what part of Africa they came from because they trust you because you didn't come from that part of Africa that they came from. It's a psyop going on.
Yeah. But anyway,
everybody's a pretending all of a sudden. Oh, I'm not African. I'm an indigenous Indian. What?
It is crazy. It is crazy. Those are always some crazy black people of ours.
Yeah, but that's a CIA psyop, fam. It's a psychological operation to cause division amongst African people. They always do that. That's why you see. That's why it's blown up over the last 3 years. It's everywhere, everywhere. It's shocking. I was in some TikTok group. I'm gonna jump and go. A couple days ago, this black guy was in the TikTok. It was a bunch of Africans from across Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. And yeah, this African American talking about, I'm not an African, I'm an Indian. It's okay, then cool. You don't be African. Why are you in this group? Why are you here? We're African. Don't try to tell us how to solve our problems. If you're an Indian, be an Indian. I was like, yeah, stupid, be an Indian. Why are you in an African group talking about African problems? That don't concern you. That's how you know how crazy this motherfucker is. Because all his whole life in America he lived as an African. Now he believes the Indian shit, but he's got no Indian community to go to. He's got no Indian community to go to. They still want to come along the Africans and tell the Africans what to do. And say, hey man, go to the Indian group. We don't need your help. You know, go do what you do with them. You don't need to be here. Well, it doesn't matter if I'm an Indian. I'm still a brown or black guy. No, you said you're not African. These are African problems. Okay, we appreciate you coming in, but go back to them.
Those are the people, like I quote Jibba Jabba, you always say, I'm living my truth, psychosis, you know, I'm living my truth type of, you know, psychopathic type of a mindset. But shout out to you, Mzales, karibu sana. Nice to see you as well. Long time. Miko, sijapotea. It's you, I've been missing my shows probably, but I've been here every single day. I've not seen you also in a while, but nice to see you. And of course, karibu sana. But I'm coming towards the end of the show of today. That has been my discussion of the day. And of course, much love. See you guys later on the Black Kings Frequency. Remember, we shall be coming back also later tonight on the Culture Show from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. where you get to request amazing jams.
Much love, family.
Thursday.
And shout out to all you pretending Negroes.
Period. Shout out to all of you. You make us sick, you know, just know that you make us sick. But anyway, family, much love. See you guys later again on the Black Kings Frequency.
Allo, still, you see what?